What's up, guys? We just finished traveling Colombia for 5 weeks, and in this video, we're going to give you our top tips so you can have a great trip here and also stay safe. So hope you enjoy it. Welcome to our travel guide about Colombia, a beautiful country known for its warm hospitality, breathtaking landscapes, diverse cultures, and vibrant atmosphere. In part 1 of our video series, we highlighted 15 amazing places to visit here. In this video, we'll share essential travel tips, including the best time to visit, potential dangers, how to stay safe, how to get around, and travel itineraries. We hope this detailed information will help you plan your own trip to this incredible country. Now let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures. Colombia's diverse geography and proximity to the equator makes for a wide range of weather conditions. Most of the country experiences a tropical climate with warm temperatures year-round. Coastal regions and the Amazon rainforest are very hot and humid, with frequent rainfall. However, the mountainous regions like Bogota and Salento enjoy a cooler climate due to their higher altitude. Lower elevation cities, such as Medellin, have a warmer climate with more distinct wet and dry seasons. Colombia generally has 2 primary seasons, which are the dry season and the rainy season. December to February is considered the best time to visit since it offers the most sunny skies. And since it's dry, you'll be able to enjoy numerous outdoor activities. The shoulder seasons of March to September usually provide pleasant weather, but with regional variations. October and November are the wet months, and these can bring heavy rainfall, especially in coastal areas. Even though we visited during this time, we experienced both rain showers and sunny days. We talked to many locals who have noted increasing climate variability in recent years, making weather predictions less reliable than it used to be. While Colombia has made significant safety improvements in recent years, it's essential to be aware of potential risks when traveling around the country. In terms of health risks, dengue fever is prevalent in many parts of Colombia. Take preventive measures like insect repellent, wearing long sleeves and pants, and staying in air-conditioned or screened accommodations. In certain regions, particularly the Amazon rainforest, there's also a risk of yellow fever. Vaccination is recommended for travelers to these areas. While malaria is less common, it's still present in some regions, particularly along the Pacific coast and in the Amazon. Consult with a healthcare professional for preventive measures. Also, if you're planning to visit destinations such as Bogota or the Andean highlands, be prepared for the altitude. Acclimatize gradually to avoid altitude sickness. Stay hydrated and don't plan big physical activities in your first few days in the mountainous zones. If symptoms worsen, descend to a lower altitude. In terms of safety risks, petty crime should be top of mind for you when visiting major cities. While places like Bogota and Medellin have become safer in recent years, crimes like theft and pickpocketing can still occur, especially in specific areas of the cities. Take precautions, such as talking to locals, hotel staff, or tour guides for their insights on where to go and where not to go. Avoid displaying valuables in public, especially in less safe areas. You should also use reputable transportation services. This includes licensed taxis or ride-sharing services like Uber. The metro system in Medellin is also a safe public way to get around. Be cautious in crowded areas and pay attention to your surroundings, especially at night. Avoid distractions like using your phone while walking. Make sure to also not walk alone at night. And if you must walk alone, then at least choose populated streets with good lighting. Carrying a minimal amount of cash is also advisable. Use credit or debit cards for most transactions, especially in cities and tourist areas where they're widely accepted. Use ATMs during the daytime. The local currency is the Colombian peso. While Colombia has made good progress in terms of political stability, there are still some areas that are considered dangerous. It's important to research the specific areas you plan to visit and avoid any spots that are known to be unstable or dangerous. Areas near the borders with Venezuela, Ecuador, and Panama, particularly the Darien Gap, are known for drug trafficking and criminal organizations. Some remote rural areas, especially along the Pacific coast, can also be dangerous due to the presence of armed groups. When getting around the country, you'll find that road conditions vary greatly. Exercise caution when using public transportation and weigh your options on how to get around. During periods of heavy rainfall or natural disasters, certain regions may become inaccessible or dangerous due to landslides or flooding. Stay informed about weather forecasts and avoid areas prone to natural disasters. You should also be aware of the potential dangers with animals around the country. While encounters with dangerous wildlife are rare, you should always stay alert. There are a few dangerous creatures to be aware of, such as venomous snakes, caimans, and poisonous insects. Avoid hiking alone in remote jungle areas, wear protective footwear, and be cautious around bodies of water. We just saw an alligator here at the beach, but you can actually swim just like 100 meters from where we saw it, so make sure you're careful. By being aware of these potential risks and taking necessary precautions, you can minimize your chances of encountering problems and enjoy a memorable trip to Colombia. We didn't have any problems ourselves, but we're aware of the risks when traveling around the country. We also have a few other general travel tips that will help with your trip. First, while many people in the tourism industry speak English, Spanish is the official language of Colombia. Learning a few basic Spanish phrases can be helpful, especially when interacting with locals outside of tourist areas. It's a good idea to download an offline translation app like Google Translate to help with communication in a pinch. When going out to eat or taking tours, it's important to know the tipping culture. Tipping isn't mandatory in Colombia, but is appreciated, especially for good service in restaurants. A tip of 10 to 15% is customary. Water quality is also an important consideration. In certain cities like Medellin and Bogota, it's possible to drink the tap water. In smaller towns and rural areas, it's still advisable to stick to bottled water as a precautionary measure. If you're unsure about the water quality in a specific location, it's always best to ask your host. Shopping etiquette is also something to think about. While haggling is common in some parts of the world, it's generally not customary in Colombia, especially in formal settings like stores and restaurants. In fact, haggling can be seen as rude or offensive. Now, we'll tackle how to get around the country. Most Colombians travel by bus, which is a cost-effective option and often the only way to get to smaller communities. It's also usually the best way to get to more off-the-beaten-path destinations, such as San Agustin or the Tatacoa Desert. There are different types of buses, including large coaches for long-distance travel and colectivos for shorter distances. In our personal experience, buses can be challenging due to a few different factors. They may lack air conditioning and have limited legroom. The mountainous terrain and winding roads can also make for a bumpy and time-consuming journey. And the timetables can be unreliable since traffic delays are common. Our 5-hour bus rides often turned into 7 or 8-hour journeys. Alternatively, domestic flights are a more convenient and efficient way to travel between cities in Colombia. Book in advance to find some good deals. Major cities such as Bogota, Medellin, Cartagena, and Cali have numerous daily flights, making it easy to plan your itinerary. There are also multiple transportation options once you arrive in a city. In our opinion, the easiest and safest way to get around is by Uber or Didi. These ride-sharing apps are popular in the larger cities. They offer a convenient and often more affordable option than traditional taxis. You can even order taxis via the app. The advantage of this is that you're able to track your ride, see the driver's information, know the rate beforehand, and pay conveniently through the app. However, traffic congestion can be a major issue in Colombian cities, especially during rush hour. In that case, it might be good to consider alternative public transportation. For example, the metro system is a popular choice for commuting in Medellin. It offers a quick and comfortable way to travel between different parts of the city. Many cities also have walkable neighborhoods, especially in the historic centers. Walking is a great way to explore the city and discover hidden gems. This is especially true for Cartagena. Now, we'll go over a few travel itinerary options. To get an idea of where things are in relation to each other, we put a map on the screen here with some of the top places to visit in the country. Depending on your available time and preferences, we recommend a few different itineraries to explore Colombia. If you have 2 to 3 weeks and want to see the highlights of the country, it's best to stick to the tourist route since it's most easily connected. This main connected route includes Cartagena, Tayrona National Park, Bogota, Salento, and Medellin. If you choose this route, you can fly into Bogota and out of Santa Marta. Most of the destinations in between cities can also be reached by short flight or a bus ride. If you don't want to transit as much, but still see some highlights, you can stick to the coastal route. With this option, you can fly into Cartagena and out of Santa Marta. More remote parts of the country, such as the south and east, require at least 3 weeks, and it takes time and patience to travel to them by bus. We divided this into 2 different options. The first option is the adventure route, which combines some of the outdoor highlights with other adventurous places. The southern hidden gem route includes mainly less popular places as well as a visit to the Amazon. Keep in mind that the only way to get between some of these places is by a long and bumpy bus ride. We had initially planned to go to San Gil and Villa de Leyva ourselves, but we had to divert our plans due to farmer protests and roadblocks. This was a good reminder that you always have to stay flexible, especially when traveling to more off-the-beaten-path destinations. We hope this video has helped give you a better idea of how to travel around Colombia. To get more details about all of the destinations we mentioned, make sure to check out our full Colombia playlist. This includes the 15 most beautiful destinations in the country, as well as specific videos for many of the locations we mentioned. If you're planning your trip to Colombia, we recommend keeping things organized with our interactive travel planner. Find a discount code in the description below the video. We also included other important links in the description that will help with your visit to the country. We'll catch you on the next adventure.